My name is Shannon Kiewit. This is my final examination video for the Strength and Conditioning course through ISSA. It is also my final certification towards my Master Trainer certification with ISSA. Today I will be taking you through a training program for an elite soccer player in their off season. We will be walking through a training plan focused on building strength in the off season and building speed. I will be working with Tyler Coleman. Tyler Coleman is a 14-year-old soccer player who plays for Baltimore Armor. Baltimore Armor was a part of the U.S. Development Academy, and they will be transitioning to an MLS Academy League this coming fall. So Tyler's goal is to build strength and to build speed for that upcoming season. Tyler's going to start with a basic warm-up. Jump roping is an excellent way for soccer players to begin their warm-up. It improves balance, coordination, agility, and it will improve his overall speed. I'm going to have Tyler jump rope for about 5 minutes. I'm going to ask him to do different types of footwork with his jump roping to help warm him up. This is going to increase strength as well as his aerobic conditioning. It's going to develop his explosiveness, and it also conditions both the upper and lower body at the same time. It's going to encourage efficiency of movement. This is also going to help Tyler with his footwork. He can do different jumping patterns throughout the 5 minutes, one-legged. He can move laterally side to side or just jump on both feet. A dynamic form of stretching is what we would recommend for soccer players before a practice, before a training, or before a game. This type of stretching is going to help bring some blood flow to the muscles, and it also is going to act to imitate those movements that he would actually be doing in the game. So Tyler's going to do 3 different dynamic warm-ups. He's going to be doing high knees, he's going to be doing karaoke, which is a side-to-side lateral movement, and then he's going to finish with a hip opening dynamic stretch. For each of these dynamic stretches, Tyler's going to go for about 20 yards. He'll do 3 sets of each of the dynamic exercises. We're going to start with the high knees, and he's going to get his arms involved in this as well. He's bringing his flex foot up above his knees as he goes all the way down. As you can see, he's making sure to bring that flex foot up above his knee and getting those arms involved in this stretch. The next movement is called a karaoke. It's a side shuffle. This is a movement that is replicated in a game. This is a movement that Tyler does often as a field player. Staying light on his feet. This last movement is called open the gate. It is a hip opening movement. He'll be bringing his knee up and then taking his knee out to the side, opening up that hip. He'll do these movements slowly. A little bit of a lateral side step in between each movement. The warm-up is an essential part of an injury prevention program when training. Warm-up should generally last minimum of 15 minutes. Dynamic movements for soccer players would include lunges, high knees, knee up to the hip joint as you see here, leg kicks, heels up to the glutes. Any combination of those movements performed for a minimum of 15 minutes. One of Tyler's goals for the off-season is to work on his speed and his power. So we will be working on a number of speed drills, particularly in sprint starts. In soccer, you're moving from a stopped position many times during the game. So these drills will help in that type of spontaneity that he experiences as a field player. He is always stopping, starting, running from a stop position, moving in different directions. And the drills that we're going to do today will help him improve that. So here we're going to have Tyler doing some sprint starts from the ground. These are a type of postural drill that are overlooked in speed training. but they are an important part in helping athletes discover efficient sprinting mechanics. So when I tell Tyler to go, he's going to pop up from the ground and load his hamstrings and glutes efficiently and propel himself forward from this fixed position. Are you ready, Tyler? 3, 2, 1. And then after each repetition, he's going to walk back, allowing adequate rest so he can prepare for the next sprint set. So on that last sprint, Tyler's back was a little rounded when he came up. This time around, he's going to think about more forward posture, so shoulders over his hips, chest projected up to help propel him more forward. Hopefully he'll get a faster acceleration that way. All right, Tyler, let's try this one again. 3, 2, 1. Much better. Part of the off season involves working on areas where the athlete feels they fall short. Tyler wants to improve his change of direction and his speed in change of direction. So this next speed drill will involve Tyler acting as if he's checking off and on the ball. So he'll do side lateral movements and then a quick sprint for 20 yards. I'm going to ask Tyler to do this drill again. This time I'm going to ask him to start in a more athletic stance, bend more at the knees, and sit the hips back. 3, 2, 1. Soccer involves the ability to change directions quickly on a dime. This next drill will help Tyler work on his speed while changing direction. It is a figure 8 drill. He will start at this red cone, run in a figure 8 fashion down to the yellow cone, go around that cone in 180-degree turn as quickly as he's able, and sprint back. 3, 2, 1. Tyler's going to perform this speed drill again, starting from a lunge position. 3, 2, 1. And again, proper rest time for him would be just walking back to the start. The next exercise is great for speed, power, and athletic ability. We're going to be incorporating a piece of equipment called a speed sack. It's much similar to a sled. Tyler's going to be performing sprints with this attached to him. He's going to be performing sprints both forward, and he's also going to be working in a backward movement, and we'll also be doing some lateral work with this piece of equipment as well. One of the key things with using a speed sack when working on speed is that you don't want to load the equipment too heavy. You want the load to be about 10% of body weight. So we have about 10 to 15 pounds of weight in this speed sack. It should not affect his form when he sprints. So Tyler's going to start the sprint from the ground in a kneeling position. And he's just going to do a regular sprint forward. 3, 2, 1. So we're going to keep these sprints short and allow adequate rest time. You also want to make sure that you find a weight that results in your sprint time only being about 10% slower than it would be if you didn't have the resistance. This is about explosive power. Tyler's going to perform these types of sprints 4 different times for 20 yards. And he's going to start from a kneeling position again. 3, 2, 1. Soccer players don't always have the luxury of running in a forward direction, so it's going to benefit Tyler to also improve his speed while backpedaling. This is also going to improve the muscles in his hamstrings and glutes, which is a very important muscle for a soccer player. Tyler's going to use this speed sack, and he's going to run backwards for about 20 yards, and he would repeat this for 3 sets. For this drill, Tyler's going to want to make sure that he sits his hips back over his heels, and then he stays up on his toes. 3, 2, 1. Really powering through his glutes and hamstrings. Soccer is a very fast-paced game, and it's one that's based on power. So for soccer players, including plyometric exercises into their training program is absolutely imperative. Plyos are going to allow muscles to achieve maximum force in the shortest time by using the stretch shortening cycle. This is going to be the key to running faster for him as a soccer player. And as a midfielder, I've chosen some specific exercises that will help him with this. He's going to start out with some split squat jumps, but we're going to be adding some weight to it with an 8-pound medicine ball. When it comes to power exercises and sprinting, the key is to not only move lighter weights faster, but to also explosively train the triple extension, or that simultaneous extension of the hip, knee, and ankle joints. This is going to directly relate to the jumps and sprints that competitive athletes like Tyler are going to need. If we were in a gym, we would be using a trap bar. Trap bar is great for explosive triple extension based exercises. Today we're just going to be using a kettlebell, and Tyler's going to be performing some jump squats with the kettlebell. He's going to do 10 jump squats with the kettlebell, and then he's going to drop the kettlebell and perform some box jumps on this bench. Working on explosive power. Sending the knees out and sitting the hips back, chest up. Really driving through the feet, setting the kettlebell down. Now he's going to do some box jumps and make sure that he has a soft landing on the way back. Nice bracing of the core as he comes up. Using the arms to create power. At the end of Tyler's workout, it's important that he does some static stretching. This is going to help him with his flexibility and his range of motion. It's also going to help him to reduce muscle soreness. So for soccer players, we really want to make sure that we stretch the hamstrings, the groin area, and the hip flexors. So he's going to do 3 stretching exercises at the end of this workout. The first static stretch that Tyler will do will be a kneeling hip and quad stretch. He's going to kneel on one foot and the other knee. If needed, he's going to hold on to something to keep his balance, and he's going to push his hips forward. In the off season, Tyler would like to also work on his flexibility. He has very tight hamstrings, which leads him to have some knee pain and some lower back pain as well. For this stretch, he's going to do a sitting single leg hamstring stretch. He'll sit with one leg straight out in front. He'll point his toe upwards. His other foot will be in towards his knee or his inner thigh, and he's going to reach towards his toes with both hands if he's able. And he'll repeat that on both sides. The last stretch Tyler will do is a squatting leg out adductor and groin stretch. He's going to stand with his feet wide apart, keep one leg straight and toe pointing forward while bending the other leg and turning the toe out to the side. He's going to lower down that groin towards the ground. And he'll repeat that on both sides.